Okay, so what were some of the new products that caught your attention?
Oh boy. Well, I mean, there were so many, but one thing that stuck out for me was a a robotic assembly cell that was uh, produced by Hoosier Feeder. This is a parts feeding company, and they created a feeding system for clips that these are the clips that are used to attach the plastic fascia for an automotive interior component, like the inside of a door panel. And that's snapped into the metal frame. But to do that, you need this little plastic or metal clip to do that. And traditionally, people would have to put these clips on by hand. But that's if you're doing thousands of cars a day, uh, and installing thousands and thousands of these clips, it can get tedious, I'm sure, and it represents an ergonomic hazard. And God forbid if you should accidentally miss one. So Hoosier Feeder developed a way to not only feed the clips but send them to a end of arm tool for a robot, and now a 6-axis robot can install the clips on this automotive component. I had never seen that before. I thought that was a really cool idea, and chatting with the guys there, they said they had already sold 10 early on in the show, and so that really speaks to the success of that product.
Yeah, I stopped by that booth too, John, and talked to them. Very interested too as well. Very, very interesting technology. And they had a lot of people there at the booth. So
Mhm.
So, what is it about that that's new? Is it because of the tedious process that the robot's doing, or what is it about that specific product that really struck you?
I think it was the challenge of feeding that little component. It's this little clip. It could get tangled. It could not be aligned right. It has to be fed at a high volume. Some of these panels might have 6, 7, 8 clips on them. So you have to feed these pretty quick, and it had to be for automation. It's got to be reliable. So I thought that was how they solved that, and was ingenious.
I agree. I saw some really cool technology having to do with, we've been talking a lot about factory of the future, industry 4.0. There was some very cool technology there on the show floor. Companies like Acerta, Light Guide, Pico, a company that was way in the back, actually was the very last row in the show, a company from Germany called Connexion. Their U.S. operations are based in Chicago, but I talked to them. They've got some really cool technology with that does a tool location system. So I was really interested in to see that in action. I actually did an article on that topic back in our June issue. And another company actually on the other side of the show hall that also has some technology in that area was DeSuter with their next in
Mhm.
our tool positioning system. So that stuff was really cool. And then I mentioned that Connexion, a company from Germany, another company that was there I talked to that was a German company, a company called Micropsy, and a company I'd never heard of before. They have a robot control system called, I think it's called Mirai. Basically, it allows robots to handle variance in position, shape, and movement. And so they had some interesting stuff as well.
I was very fascinated by Light Guide, and I'm just now starting to explore more about the products. And of course, you guys know already, I like big picture thinking. I like talking about concepts a lot. So, I've been thinking a lot about the role of the assembler, and how that trajectory is really interesting and how we're going to see that change in the near future.
Mhm. Yeah, there were a lot of aids. There were a lot of things. Yeah, like you pointed out, there was a lot of software available. I think there might have been. I'd have to go and check, but it seems like there was a record number of software companies at the show this year. Doing things like visual work instructions or paperless work instructions, anything to help the operator, help the assembler, do his or her job better. With companies, struggling to find workers, there's, you've got to bring people up to speed quickly. So there was a lot of technology out there to help, air-proof the assembly process and make manual assembly easy.